Hello everyone. For my Educators Rising competition, I chose to do Exploring Non-Core Teaching Careers. I job shadowed Miss Leslie Paradiso, who is an art teacher and has been for 21 years. My name is Ava Lucius and I attend Sentinel Career and Technology Center. This is Miss Leslie Paradiso and her daughter Sophie. She is an amazing art teacher at Tiffin City Schools and she has been teaching art for 21 years. One thing that she has in her classroom a lot are plants. She loves plants, and she loves her students to see the plants and watch them grow, and she loves drawing the plants. Something I was thinking is how students are kind of like plants. First, you have to plan your lessons or prepare the soil. You then have to either plant the seed or feed into ideas. Then you have to nourish and instruct, and finally, you just watch them grow and flourish. Watching her students grow and flourish is one of Leslie's favorite and least favorite parts of teaching because she has her students all the way from 6th grade till when they graduate high school. So she sees them as just little kids till when they're young men and women. So she really loves seeing them grow, but even during the interview, she even started tearing up just because it is hard for her. Miss Paradiso started college in special education, but learned that she really loved art and she wanted to help kids find her voice. So she had 4 years in art education. She has taught for 21 years in various places. She started in England at a military base camp. She then moved to a detention center, then a charter school, then finally where she is now is a public school. She's glad she went to all those different places because she was able to pick up different experiences from each place instead of just staying at one place. Like in England, she learned how to have a very diverse classroom and how to overcome language barriers. In the detention center, she learned how to deal with rough students. In the charter school, she learned how to fundraise a lot. And now at the public school, she has everything she needs and she thinks she can really help her students because of all the experience she had at all the other places. Miss Paradiso's day starts preparing. She sets up her classroom and looks through a lesson plan. Then 6th graders come in every day. When I was there, they were working on sketching and she even brought in Mr. Potato Heads for them to draw. She then works with the 7th graders and she has a different group of 7th graders every other day. When I was there, they were working on making little clay animals and they were really cute. She then works with the 8th graders and every other day is a different group, just like the 7th graders, and they were working on a printmaking project. She then takes her lunch break and heads to the high school to do the same thing again with the high schoolers. The challenges of being an art teacher are, first off, especially this year, have been planning because she doesn't know who's going to be in school, who's going to be online, and who's just not going to show up at all. Another problem for her has been technology, because anytime that her technology isn't working, it can make class a lot harder. Not that her class really relies on technology much, but like when I was there, her laptop wasn't working, so she had to take attendance on a piece of paper and have a student walk it down rather than just doing it for like 10 seconds. It took like 5 minutes, which took time out of time she would usually use for art. Another problem, especially this year, has been teaching virtually. She said one of the things that she really doesn't like is not being able to see the whole process. She just gets to see a few steps of a piece of art and maybe the end project, but not every little piece along the way, and to help the students along the way, which tends to be her favorite thing to do. Some of her advice was to really start now. Get in the classroom, know what you want to do was another thing she said. You know, she started in special education and then moved into art, but she really encourages everyone to decide what you want to do. Another thing that she said was to enjoy it. If you enjoy your job, it's not going to feel like work. It's going to feel like you're just going in to do something fun with your students. Some of my thoughts were that I love her classroom management. She had 3 different things that I saw. First off, all her tables were labeled, so she could say, okay, table 1, you guys can go wash your hands, and table 3, it's time for you guys to clean off your table. Another thing I loved was that everything in her classroom was either labeled or the students just knew where it was, which was really nice because she didn't have to say, okay, everyone over there is the crayons and everything, you guys can go find it, but you're going to need some help because you don't know where it is. Everyone just knew where everything was already. Another neat thing was she had behavior reflection sheets where each kid had to explain what they did and explain how they're going to do it better next time after something bad happens. When I was there in the 8th grade class, there were some kids who were just kind of hitting each other, causing a commotion in the back, and she had asked one of them to move up front so that they weren't behaving so badly. And the kid said, "No, I'm not going to listen to you. I don't have to." And she said, "Yes, you do. Please come up here and fill out a behavior reflection sheet." And the kid knew exactly what that was and knew they were going to get in trouble if they didn't come do it right away. So she really does manage her classroom really well. Another big thing about her job that I love is the creativity. She can literally do anything she wants being an art teacher. So that's really neat. But I personally do not want to be an art teacher because art teachers are cut first when the school needs more funding, and there are some skills needed to be an art teacher that I personally do not have. Here's some of Miss Paradiso's work. She does an amazing job. Most of these pictures feature her daughter Sophia and her son Gabe. Here are my sources. And thank you for listening to my presentation. I look forward to the live question and answer session.